I'm here with Emma Bogush of Bethany, Connecticut. She is a 16-year-old self-directed learner who I met at Beacon, which is a center for self-directed teens here in New Haven, Connecticut, where we were filming. And I gave a book talk there a few days ago, and Emma came up to me afterwards and said she'd read some of my stuff and told me this awesome story about Vikings and traveling to England and getting into a Yale class as a 16-year-old?
16-year-old.
As a 16-year-old. And so I'm here interviewing her and just going to hear her story. So you homeschooled when you were young, and then you did middle school up through beginning high school. Now you're out again.
Yeah.
And what are you doing with yourself? I mean, you must just be eating Flaming Hot Cheetos in your parents' basement and watching Netflix and doing nothing else with your life.
Yeah, last year was kind of rough because it was just kind of figuring out what I was supposed to be doing, because there was a lot of Netflix and there was a lot of snacking. And
It's true. It's all true.
And then my parents started to freak out a little bit, and so then we found Beacon, which was really cool. And then it was also, now I wasn't getting told to do things by my parents, and now it was a third party saying you probably shouldn't be sitting around all day, you should probably go to this class. And
just for context, Beacon is the center that opened up here recently.
Yeah, I think it was last year that they opened.
So 2013 in New Haven.
Yeah.
And it's based on the North Star model.
Yeah.
North Star in Hadley, Massachusetts.
And then I found out that I was really interested in Vikings because we started to watch the History Channel show Vikings. And I was
cool.
Wow, this is really cool. And so then we read your book, and so my mom was like, hey, you should probably email somebody and see if there's anything. Yes. And so we were researching in the area, and we found a lecture being done by one of the professors at Yale. And then I emailed his assistant person, and I asked
And how did you find that assistant person?
I looked on the Yale website.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
And I said hey, can I come to this lecture, because this is something I'm really interested in. And guess what? In June of this year, I went to London, and I went to the British Museum, and I saw all of the Viking exhibit, and I saw the largest ship they've ever found, and this is something I really think is really awesome.
And you mentioned that you were not a Yale student.
Right,
that you
that I
were
was
16, homeschooled.
Yeah, and they were super excited about it because I was the first homeschool student who had ever approached them, and people are really open to having you come in. And I went to the lecture and I met him. We talked about his book, I asked questions, and then I asked if there were any other resources or if he was teaching any classes. And then he said, you know what, actually next semester I'm starting a class, you're welcome to come and audit it. And now I actually just went to get the books today, and I have the syllabus and everything. And
so next semester you are auditing a Yale class
January 12th.
With Yale undergrads in it, and you, 16-year-old Emma, homeschooler, and all this because you just reached out and asked and expressed interest and showed some pre-existing passion and initiative.
Yeah.
So back up a little bit. What kind of learning about Vikings did you and your parents do? Because you told me you took this trip to England to see the largest ship.
Yeah. So it was for my 16th birthday. Instead of throwing a sweet 16 or anything, I really like to travel. So my option was you can go on this trip or you can throw a sweet 16 party. And so I decided I can go anywhere in the world, and I decided to go to London because I'm big into the fandom culture and Doctor Who and Harry Potter and all those sorts of things.
Oh, yes. I am familiar with this crowd.
And so we went and we went to Warner Brothers Studios, and then we had found out while we were there, the Vikings exhibit was the closing night. It was going to be there, and we got to go, and I got to see all about their religions and their customs and their clothes and all the artifacts. And then at the very end, they show the biggest. It's the Roskilde 6, and it's massive. It's 3 times the size of the room we're in now. And it's it was really cool. I've been watching documentaries and researching, and it was cool.
And were you doing all that researching and learning while you were at home, or was this when you were going to Beacon already?
This was at home, and when my parents thought I wasn't doing anything. And
becoming a Viking expert.
Pretty much. And
every parent's nightmare.
Yeah. And I just became really fascinated with these people, and then I found out that one of the most world-renowned Viking experts is working at Yale right near where I live. So
Okay, so Emma, something I'm doing is taking requests for help.
Yeah.
And so is there anything anyone out there who's watching this video could potentially help you with, or help you achieve as a self-directed learner?
I need to take a Spanish class, and so I need a Spanish tutor or something, or someone to teach me Spanish.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. And so could this work if it was someone far away working with you over Skype?
Of course.
For example.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great. And what would it involve? Just having conversations with you, correcting grammar?
I mean, basically, we could just talk in Spanish for like an hour a day. And
Fantastic.
Then, yeah.
Okay. So, if you know anyone who speaks Spanish, or you speak Spanish, and you'd be willing to work with Emma over Skype, please email me, yours truly, at blakeboles.com, and I'll connect you too.